Up at Noon, I'm Greg Miller, and are you ready for a super show? Yeah! Up at Noon lead writer Brian Altano pits the biggest video game against last Sunday's big game, and then, you know him as Lex Luthor from Smallville, and now as the writer-director star of Back in the Day, Michael Rosenbaum is here to talk about being the best voice the Flash ever had. But first, the news you care about. The multiplayer shooter Titanfall is getting a beta, and it's allegedly coming February 14th, aka Valentine's Day. So thousands of gamers like me are canceling their Valentine's Day plans. Don't worry. I'm sure you, me, and a bottle of whiskey will have a date next year, buddy. Because I'd kill myself. I'm sad. I'm like, okay. Don't kill yourself. Nintendo announced that classic games originally released on their 2004 handheld, the Nintendo DS, would soon be available to download on the Wii U. And in an Up at Noon preview, here's how they're going to look on your 60-inch television. Oh, okay. So you got Mario and Bowser, maybe Tetris? Come on, Nintendo. This isn't what's going to dig you out of the hole. I think we all know. A white Xbox One is in the works. It looks like the black Xbox One, but it comes preloaded with 12 Josh Groban songs, a set of golf clubs, and a $75 Starbucks gift card. White people. I can make that joke, because I'm white. Finally. Empire Magazine has released 25 different magazine covers celebrating the characters in the upcoming X-Men Days of Future Past movie. Now, everyone from Wolverine to Magneto is there, but there's a little-known fact. There was actually 28 covers. 3 of them didn't make the cut, and we have them right now. Do you guys want to see them? Yeah! Let's take a look. Cover number 1! Okay, that is dead Jean Grey. Spoiler alert, she died at the end of X3. It was kind of sad. This is kind of morbid. Cover number 2! That would be Cyclops' body in the lake. Remember, like, in X3 again, Jean Grey killed him, and that wasn't even that touching. X3 was a weird movie. Cover number 3! Oh, Jesus Christ. That, of course, is a fat Jubilee wearing kitchen gloves. Jubilee is the X-Man nobody loved. It's true. Only Robin. Remember that in the crossover? They had sex. And finally, with the Super Bowl behind us, the streets and social networks are filled with angry sports bros spouting insane nonsense about the big game. But is that really different from what us gamers do every day of every year? To get to the bottom of the great debate, here's Up at News lead writer Brian Altano with the Super Bowl versus Minecraft.
Well, you look at that. It's that stupid time of the year again, the Super Bowl, where your sports-loving friends go on the internet and they yell about long balls and snappers and a bunch of other nonsense that doesn't make any sense at all.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Doesn't make any sense? Football makes perfect sense. It's video games that are total bullshit.
Bullshit? What the hell is a 3-4 defense triple option? Well, speak English, come on.
Well, what the hell's an activator rail in the Minecraft?
Actually, activator rails are built when you combine 6 of the iron ingots with 2 sticks and a redstone torch. And what is Madden? Madden is the same game every year.
That's why John Madden's the greatest man alive, and my father told me to catch a fullback. You gotta 4 down on the line with a pint pack in the trunk with the sausage and do the line yard switch of the 2-point man toucher.
If you look at Minecraft, you start with dirt. You trade the dirt for stone. You have stone, you trade for iron. You have the iron, you trade it for diamond or gold. And when you have gold, you basically could wear the hat that's made of gold that you could not leave. You can't leave the house with the gold hat because people make fun of you. But in the game, you're a super strong elf man.
At least the football season lasts 16 games. And Minecraft is like 5,000 hours of blocks and sheep, and it never ends, just like your own loneliness.
Reaching the end in Minecraft requires you to find the end port.
Nerd.
Yeah!
Wow. Hi, I'm TV's Brian Altano. I know your first response to Super Bowl talk will be to hate it because it makes no sense to you, But remember, video games don't make any sense either. In fact, both of these things are incredibly stupid when you actually try talking about them. So let's agree to agree and just get along, because all of us are idiots and everything we love is dumb.
Brian Altano, everybody. Man, who would have thought that Brian Altano's greatest adversary would be Brian Altano? Speaking of greatest adversaries, Greg Way! My next guest fought with Superman for a whole bunch of seasons on Smallville. And now he's got a brand new movie to tell me about. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for back in the days, Michael Rosenbaum. Michael Rosenbaum. How are you?
What a treat. What are you doing here?
Still some
Turn your head when you're talking to me.
Still some bad blood there, huh?
Yeah, some bad blood. In fact, get on my lap. No. We can't go there on IGN.
You can go anywhere you want on
I
IGN.
want him on the floor. Does he have to be here?
No, we just don't have any. Here, put him
No,
down.
it's fine. It's
No,
fine.
he's done.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
have
gone.
I never
Put
had a,
this guy.
Brian, that's Brian.
Brian, you're going to spit right there.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
This is a treat. We've had a little... There were little issues this morning.
There were a
getting me
lot of
here.
issues this morning. First off, just in general, you and I hate each other.
Yes.
It's pretty
We're
well
a complete
established.
dick. We knew that going
But
into
yeah,
it.
then today you had a lovely email you woke up to. You're like, I'm gonna go be on up at noon, fly to San Francisco, and then you looked at your phone while at the gas station and it said your flight's canceled.
Yes, filling up the old tank, flight canceled. I go, he's like, and you didn't sound that like enthusiastic as to get me on the next flight. You were like, well, we can do whatever. I go, well, what do you think? You're in charge of the operation. He goes, we can reschedule. I go, well, no, we should do this.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those
he
things.
wanted me to
At
come.
some point, God's gonna step in, and He's gonna let the show's gonna happen or it's not. And I'm not gonna argue with that guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Don't mess with God.
But see, the thing was like, for me, it's one of those things. I don't like being on the train and being one of the talkers. So you pinged me, and I was on the train. I was like boxed in with all these people around me.
Oh, I see.
And so then I didn't want to raise my voice and freak out. And
yeah,
then I
you know
also
those
didn't-
guys who they don't care where they are.
Yeah, man, got it. Sure.
And they want you to hear what they're doing. Like their business is going to just, everyone's going to be intrigued by it. Yeah, I'm going to go to dinner afterwards. No one gives a Okay, nobody cares.
I kind of want to know where he's going to go.
Yeah.
Can we get to that part of the conversation?
Well, I want to meet him there.
Yeah.
I like his attitude.
He
This
got
is
really good wings. I'd love to go there.
Or the cab drivers. You get in the
Oh, the
car.
cab drivers
You don't
are the
even
worst.
exist. 42nd and 3rd, they're like, so anyway, blah, 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 blah. And they don't care what you have to say or you're missing.
For me, I'm already hard of hearing, so then they do like the monotone thing where you're like, are you talking to me? And like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh,
I think
sorry.
they do that on purpose.
Probably. And they know me. I'm a big deal.
You are a big deal.
They just like, oh, this guy. He's this
Yeah,
guy
you don't
again.
fly Southwest.
I don't. I only fly Virgin, and that's why. But it was something you had to do. I forget what it was. You wanted to sleep in, I think, was your problem.
No, I just missed my Southwest flight that you...
They've got it out for you. That's the
I think
problem.
they do.
right there. Yeah, okay.
Everyone has it after Lex.
Yeah.
I was Lex Luthor. I don't know if you guys know that.
Smallville. We'll get to that.
I'm kidding. Come on. We play here. I feel like these guys are already my family. Get the out of here.
We don't like Brian anymore either?
Brian's just
Damn.
loud right now. Who's this guy?
That's me.
All right, well, you got to stay.
Yeah. I don't have the Flash bust, and then Dark Sector wasn't a big enough video game to get statues and stuff for me to put out.
Already.
I liked Dark
Dark
Sector.
Sector was fun.
Yeah.
Anybody out there play Dark Sector? That was fun.
People raising their hands.
You know what was
Again,
great?
you're not on camera.
What was great about that game is I got to play with myself.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Well, no, not like that, but the character's me, right? So you get to literally sit there and
Play with yourself.
play with yourself.
Throw your glaive around. Do a little of this glaive in action. Yeah. You're here, though. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
You star in it. You wrote it. You directed it.
I'm a control freak.
I was going to say...
Yes.
I paused it last night. I asked Nick over there. I'm like, is it bad form to do that? Is he just trying too much here? And he's like, no, that's how Hollywood works. I was like, okay.
I don't know if that's how Hollywood. Everybody told me I should not be the lead in this movie, to direct it and be the lead in it. A lot of big directors that are friends of mine were saying, don't do this. It's too hard. You're not gonna. My brother's like, you got to do it. Fail on your watch, man. It's you. I'm like, yeah. 2 weeks in, I'm like. And then, it was exhausting, but I got to shoot my hometown where I grew up in Indiana.
Yeah.
And I used all my friends' houses, my sister's house. I kicked them all out. And it was just a treat. I got to see all my old friends. It's based on 4 guys that I grew up with.
Yeah, this was something that I didn't like. I lost a bet last night. I had 2 bets on your movies. One, I won't ruin how this ends for this part. If you were going to get together with the lead girl, I said no way. Tim was like, yeah, he will, and I won that one. I spoiled it. There you go. But
well, I mean, seriously, I mean, it's based on a little bit of reality. The guy doesn't always end up with the girl in real life, right? How many guys here? Wow, we are all losers here.
Welcome to our crowd.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm a loser.
But the bet that I lost that I was wrong is Tim kept saying through it, another producer, he kept saying that this was based on a true story. And I was like, no. And then at the end, there's a photo of all 4 of you. I'm like, mother.
Yeah. You said you weren't going to swear.
I said I was going to try to tone it down.
Yeah. F-bomb.
By this point, none of my bosses are still watching. So they watched the beginning and they're like, oh, that Brian bit. Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, we're done. We're done here. Yeah, it was just a passion project. I mean, it really was, and I think it's hysterical. I think it's really funny, and I mean, you talked about the puking scene.
Yeah.
Earlier, I mean, there's a barf scene that keeps on going. 2 guys, let's barf it out. And I was a big Sandler fan. I am a big Sandler fan. Mixed in with John Hughes and the Farrelly Brothers. That's the kind of movie all made for under $1 million. So it was a little homage to all them, mixed in with my own isms. And it was about a guy who's just not kind of a midlife crisis, trying to figure himself out, and his idiot friends back home help him do that. So he relives the glory days.
So how much of this is in you? How much of you is in the movie when you wrote it? Because it's like, oh, this actor, he went to Hollywood to be a big star, and he got typecast as one thing, and now
there's some parallel. I mean, really, it's like I think we all long to go home, and anybody here you miss home, but then sometimes when you're home, you're like, I don't necessarily belong here.
Yeah.
So it's really about this guy's trying to figure himself out, and I'm always trying to figure myself out. But when I go back home, I play in this wiffle ball tournament. It's like a plastic ball, plastic bat, and we play like grown men. We don't run anymore. We don't run the bases. We don't. It's like it hits in the outfield. That's a double. We're not. So that's kind of like, the story is really just a guy who's kind of trying to find himself. And, I think we're all trying to find ourselves. And for me, it's like before I look at myself, I'm 40 years old, 41. Alexis.
It's not too late to get on this train, Alexis.
I'm just
but
saying.
But it is leaving the station soon. It's running out of steam.
Yeah.
You should figure out today.
But it's like my grandmother, you're single, you're 41 years old, what are you doing with your life? My stepmom, she's Filipino, she's like, so are you gay? I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to figure myself out. You go back home, everybody's got families, they got... so it's one of those fun...
they have dead-end lives. They chose that for themselves.
I don't know. Some of them are pretty happy and content with their lives.
Their mortgage, their 3 kids, sucking up all their money. You and me, we're buying Superman busts. We don't care.
Yeah!
Booking new flights for you in a heartbeat. Money don't matter to us.
We're doing it! Anyway.
Yeah. But back in the day... It's funny that I like how you're coming at it with this really trying to find yourself, and then it's like a pregnant lady doing shots, all this.
Oh,
saw Harland Williams'
characters.
Dick.
It's a movie. let me tell you something. Can I, for the record, please don't cut this out.
No.
Harland Williams, very funny comedian, Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary. Yes,
Half Baked is what I think.
Half Baked. He's the guy who's like
Periscope is the one Nick kept throwing out yesterday.
But he's like, you drinking out of Grandpa's cough medicine, are you, buddy?
Yeah.
He's got that kind of thing. So in the movie, you see his character's penis.
Yeah.
Not only do you see it, but it's 120 frames a second. It's hung like a large kitchen match. It's not big. It almost looks as though he took a still of the shot and just raised. And he's like, it's not his penis. And I feel bad because he goes, hey, buddy, look, the penis shot. You're getting somebody who's got like a big horn on him, right? And I said, look, Harlan, I'm going to do my best, but it's going to be fine. Don't worry, it's going to be a nice hog. And he says, all right, good, because people are going to think it's my penis. I'm like, no one's going to think it's true. It's a movie anyway. No one's going to think. Right. Sure enough, man. And I thought this guy had the big one. And everybody was like, if you look in the credits, it says stunt penis. Oscar is his name.
Oh, he didn't want to be
like Oscar Mayer. We just put Oscar.
Oh, okay.
And so all of a sudden, I'm watching with Harlan, and the slow, small penis comes on screen, just in the theater, and he's like, "Are you kidding me, buddy? That's the smallest thing I've ever seen. It looks like a mole growing on the tip of 2 scoops of ice cream." He didn't say that. I just made that up.
It was good. You were right there.
I was trying to do what he would do, and I had to make an announcement at the premiere that it was not Harland Williams' penis. So it just didn't move. I wish that it was a little bit more flaccid, so the slowness would have like slapped it up and down. But unfortunately, it just didn't move.
Well, I mean, again, this is on you, though. This is your entire project. Why didn't you look at more dicks?
I didn't have time.
Yeah?
It was priority.
Okay.
It was either the dicks or the other actors. I had to focus on getting a good group of actors in this movie.
I saw on Twitter you went back to Indiana for the premiere.
Yeah.
You went back to the town where you shot it in, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Were those people horrified? Did they know what they were
Let me
signing
tell you,
up for?
it's a relatively conservative town.
Yeah.
Standing ovation.
All right.
Because let me tell you something. Yeah, I did not make the town look bad. I actually shot it beautifully. I mean, unfortunately, in the past few years, it was named one of the most depressing cities in the country, one of the most obese cities in the country. And I was like, I'm not going to be the guy who goes back home and makes fun of his hometown.
Right.
I wanted to embrace it. So I shot the beautiful Ohio River. I shot all these nice things, my old high school, and my friend's penis. But, you know, it was, they really responded well. I mean, look, there's always going to be some people who are like, you know, it didn't need to be that dirty and raunchy. It just didn't need to be. I'm like, well, you don't need to see it.
Yeah.
Don't see an R movie. It
It's
says
what you-
R. It means
What does it mean? It means we're
God. I mean, look, you can see it or you don't have to see it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't go on DirecTV and go, there's porn. I can't believe this. It's porn.
That's what I do. But I
do
usually
that?
just claim it was a advertising bug. It happened. I
But
don't
you're
know how this-
ambidextrous. You need to do things like that.
Exactly.
you know?
No, I thought that was what you're getting into a raunchy. It's back in the vein of just the crazy. Here's a bunch of guys drinking, being crazy movie.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Porky's and all those movies, Revenge of the Nerds and early John Hughes movies and Sandler and like The Wedding Singer and all that. So again, it was homage. So I really wanted to just have fun with the movie. I wanted to have a lot of laughs. There is some heart. Morena Baccarin, who's in Homeland, she's gorgeous, and she plays the girl next door, the lost love. Mm-hmm. So there's a sweet story mixed in with a lot of fart jokes. In fact, Harland teaches his son a tradition, a family tradition, of how to catch a fart with your hand and throw it. And it's called the Garvin. What you want to do, buddy, is you want to cup it, catch it, roll it, right there in the Tom Selleck.
That's what he says.
Yeah, right there.
It's like you wrote it.
So I wrote it, but I was hoping that after this movie, kids around the world would just be throwing that Garvin around. That was my goal in life.
I'm sure they will.
But you guys are gonna go see it, right? You're gonna download it. Why wouldn't you?
I was gonna say, yeah.
$4, you cheap bastards.
It's on demand right now.
Right.
And then it's in a limited run right now in theaters.
Right, it's on iTunes and Voodoo and is that what it's called?
There is a Voodoo. There is a Voodoo.
Xbox.
That's what I watched it on.
Xbox. There you go. Of course, that's what you watched it on.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm having problems with my Xbox.
Which one? Xbox One or 360?
Yeah, the one, the new one.
What's wrong with it?
Well, I downloaded Ghost.
The game, yeah.
The game, yeah, not the movie. I'm up for a good cry, just like the rest of you. But yeah, it's having problems. I think, isn't it better to just get the hard disk?
No, that's dead. That's over.
It is because I'm having problems.
You're out on the coast. You got the internet.
Do you think Xbox will watch this and maybe hook me up with a new one?
Sure. Well, you just have to tweet at Xbox support.
Yeah,
from
seriously.
Michael Rosenbaum.
But I don't want to do
711.
that. I shouldn't have to do that.
You should. Why?
They should
You're
know.
better than that.
With technology, they should know it's not working.
Don't think.
Hey, Rosenbaum's Xbox, it's not working. I got an alert here. Let's fix that up.
He's trying to watch that porn again. Turn it off. What's his problem? So he does.
Exactly. Oh man, that's good.
So you're a funny guy. You do a lot of these. You make.
I've got a little cold today. You knew that, but I flew in because I wanted to be on IGN. I'm a big nerd myself,
right.
And I have toys all over the house. I was telling Alexis how many toys I have. She was not impressed. That's the first thing I talked about.
Did you talk about the range of toys you had too?
Yeah, it's like, so do you have any toys? No. Well, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a full-grown Ash from Army of Darkness and
Full-grown
an AT-AT. And she's like, what? All terrain, never mind.
You're blowing her up on the internet right now, ruining her nerd cred.
Really? Yeah, where are you?
But anyways, you were on the show Smallville.
Yeah,
you weren't allowed to be funny on that show.
Although, if you watch the outtakes...
Right, you were very funny
I was always farting and doing things and touching people inappropriately.
You weren't very Lex about it.
No, I was very... yes, I wasn't very Lex about it. In fact, the crew used to always ask me, was like, why aren't you doing comedy? I'm like, because I have a 7-year deal. I have to shave my head. I can't really do anything else. I'm bald. I'm living in Vancouver. I have 3 pounds of makeup on me.
So you loved it. It was a great experience.
No, I did love it,
Yeah.
but after about 2 years, and they're, you're waking up at 5, and the crew gets there at 7 to shave your head and put all these makeup. It's like a prosthetic.
Sure.
It got, it wasn't. I mean, it's an amazing role. It's an
Right.
iconic role, and then you really didn't. It was probably for the best that I lived in Vancouver because I didn't really get to see the success of it until I went down to the States. But in LA, they don't really pay much attention to you. They're snobs. They do it. They're like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I know you, and whatever.
Yeah.
Girls will honestly come up and go, I don't know who you are. I go, I didn't ask you. Okay, I don't care that you don't care. Then why are we talking?
Yeah.
It's like some people are like, oh, you're Lex Luthor. I'm like, yeah. And the person with them's trying to be cool. I'm like, I don't watch the CW. I'm like, oh, you don't? Then how did you know it was on the CW? Like, what? And I've had those looks because when I didn't get like lots of women. Well, goth chicks loved Lex, and if you followed The Cure, which I do, and I'm goth-like.
I'm gothic-like.
I have gargoyles all over.
I don't know if you know this at home. I have a full-grown ash. Very goth-like.
Oh, man, that's true. But, I remember walking past a young lady. Not young, she was legal. And we walked past her, and I just gave her a nice smile. This was years ago. And a nice smile. I'm bald, I'm Lex Luthor, whatever. But I'm not dressed up as Lex Luthor.
Right.
She walks by me and doesn't even pay attention. I just give her a nice little smile, just completely, ugh. She actually looked at me like, ugh. One of those.
Yeah.
And then she stopped, and she goes, hey. And I turned around, and she goes, and I go, mm-mm. No, we don't. You weren't nice. You didn't accept me for me.
Right.
And now that you thought I was Lex, you're starting to... You can see how...
That lady was Kelly Ripa. Kelly Ripa.
Yes, that woman was Kristen Kruk. Better known as Lana.
Lana, come on. You're not that rusty,
No
are
kidding.
you?
I just tweeted her. We tweeted each other. See how she's up in Toronto.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She's gorgeous. It did not suck having to kiss her.
Yeah, you had a lot of hot scenes with her.
I don't think I kissed Clark, did I? Yeah, the pilot I did.
Oh, did you? That's
Well, I had to put my lips on his, and we just kept laughing. It tickled.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
You still hang out with Tom Welling once in a while?
We talk here and there, but not really.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I mean, we're buds.
Sure you are.
Well, buds hang out. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I'd say, look, we love each other. It's one of those things we spent so much time together. We never fought. One time we fought. I was directing an episode, and it was stressful, and he came on the set. He goes, why aren't you done with this scene? I go, shut up! Mr. Kubrick! Let me get off my set! He was like, dude, I'm totally kidding. I'm like, oh, okay.
Has anybody seen my red jacket? Or my blue
Has anybody
jacket?
seen my plaid shirt? There's 4,000 of them in the trailer. But anyway, it was hard looking at him every day. He's so ugly, isn't he?
I know, right? Perfection. See, that's what I wanted to, while the show was big, make it big myself. So then I could pitch coming on as Bizarro. Because, Tom would have gotten all the looks, and I'd be the other, the troll of, I have all the DNA that didn't work out.
That would have been good.
But then they actually made Bizarro in the show, kind of f***ed up my plans.
Bastards.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Bastards.
So what's next for you, then? Now the movie's out. Smallville's dead. Are you ever going to voice?
Smallville will never be dead.
That's what I like to hear.
Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, who would have imagined that now, 10 years later since the inception of Smallville, 11 years later, I still go to conventions and meet fans.
That math doesn't check out at all.
People are tweeting me and Facebooking me, and they're like, Lex! I mean, sometimes it gets, some people are like, you're Lex, you're only Lex. I won't see anything else you've ever done.
Do you get sick of the, I don't like him with hair?
Nah, I just, it's
okay.
whatever. It's like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
you look better bald. I'm like, all right, you're Why are you following me?
That was one of my takeaways of the movie last night, is that you are a beautiful man.
No,
You have perfect teeth. You got great hair. You look great in every shot. Now, granted, you directed it, so I'm sure you're like, make it better.
That's not true. That's not true. I don't. It was funny because I always wanted everybody else in the movie to get all the takes. We didn't have much time. We didn't have any overtime, so I made sure everybody got extra takes. And finally, the editor calls me week one and goes, "Hey, man, it's Sandy." I'm like, "Hey, Sandy." He's like, "You're giving yourself more than one take, right?" I'm like, well, am I doing
I'm nailing it.
Do I suck? He's like, no, it's good. It's just that you're the lead role. Shouldn't you be give? So I was so focused on. I didn't want them to think I was this egomaniac and I was the lead and I had to. So I made sure everybody else got all the attention. I didn't want that.
Okay.
That's true.
I believe you. Sandy sounds like an upright person.
Sandy's a pervert.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Sandy.
Are you asleep? Yeah. Oh yeah, just checking. It's your editor signing off. What? No, he was
that was good. So what's next then? What do you want to do next? What's the next
I'm
project?
deciding on what I'm going to direct next. I have some scripts and some opportunities, and I haven't decided on that yet. There's another comedy that I want to direct. There's a camp movie.
Like a campy movie, or you're going
like
camping?
a camp, like
summer camp.
Yeah, 3 kids that go to camp.
Okay.
And they come out men. It's called The Boys of Summer. So we'll see. I wrote that one, and we'll see what happens.
I thought that was a joke. That sounds interesting.
No, right? yeah. So there's that, and I'm still acting. So I'm auditioning for pilots and having meetings. But it's got to be, if I'm going to do another series, it just has to be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's why. I don't
want to shave my head.
That's why I haven't shown up on a series yet. I haven't found the right one for me. And then I'd be totally stupid if I didn't ask you, when are you going to be the Flash again? When are you going to go voice the Flash again? You're an awesome Flash.
Tell effing Warner Brothers.
Hey, effing Warner Brothers.
Tell my friend Bruce Timm. Hi, Bruce. Andre Romano. They're amazing, but sometimes I never understood that. All of a sudden, I'm hearing like there's games. You were talking about the game there was another Flash voice, and I'm not that expensive. Like look, it's easy to do voice. To do voiceover work, it's like you just go in there, you drink your tea, and you just talk. And
Let me vibrate my molecules. I'm running really fast. I'm tired. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I could have a beer or beard.
Yeah.
And it's easy. So I don't, but a lot of times they don't even ask me. Sometimes they ask me, but they don't. It'd be easy. Maybe they just want to mix it up.
They got to start treating
you. Don't you think
right.
I should be the Flash in anything the Flash does?
Yes.
You see that, Warner Brothers? 9 people. 9 people have just spoken. And they have strong voices.
All right, so now can we bring out the Small of Fame? We got some Twitter questions real quick.
Oh!
Of course, I only have this show. I asked for this show so I can meet everyone who was ever on Smallville.
That's not true.
And so far we've knocked out Eric and we've knocked out Sam, but we're doing well. Sam was like 2 weeks ago, so now it's happening.
So you got one guy that was off after the first year, and then Sam, who he was on a couple years, wasn't he?
No, just one.
Okay, so you haven't got any regulars yet.
You're the first.
No, these guys are great. He and I wrote a song together, but we never finished it. Eric's a good guy. He was a good guy. He got married too young.
He watches this show. You're going to get in trouble for that.
I love him. He knows I love him.
Why did he get married too young? Is he already divorced?
I'm kidding. I remember when he got young, all these guys like Welling.
Yeah.
I said, Tom, he got married at such a young age. What are you doing? You're Superman. You can rule the world. What are you doing? I will take all of your leftovers. No, that's
and then it was all goth girls.
That's
all they did.
No, I didn't do well.
All right, so you get to sign your photo here with red, black, or silver, or all, whatever you want.
I think black, right?
Okay.
Do you think black?
Yeah. So what I do? While we do that, let's run down some quick Twitter questions. You ready?
Yep.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay. Chris Moore tweets. He says, "Do you think you could one day do a buddy cop picture with Tom Welling?"
What's that?
Do you think you could one day do a buddy cop picture with Tom Welling?
I think that'd be hilarious. At least a Funny or Die sketch.
Yeah.
I'm up for thanks.
Somebody's got it.
Are you Nick?
Sign. That's Nick. Yeah.
Nick, good to see you, Nick. There it is.
During the vomit scene.
I am Lex Luthor! Somebody signed my bald head and gave me a crappy earring. Stop smiling, Superman. Stop smiling.
There you go. I just tend to just go.
That's fine.
I figure if half the crap I'm saying is funny, I'm a winner.
No, you're doing really well. Yeah,
I'd
people
say
only remember
55%.
That is totally the mantra of Up at Noon's jokes.
Really?
As long as we have one dinger in there you like.
Yeah, oh my God, I watched an hour and that was one funny moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all they remember.
My movie has at least 10.
Nick was the one who was eating tuna fish when the vomit scene in your movie happened.
Yeah. Nick,
he was
did
not
you barf
happy.
on your penis? What'd you do?
He came close. He came close. All these questions suck. Here's the big one, though. Jacob Palmer says, when will you be announced as Lex in the new Batman vs. Superman movie? Who do we need to tweet? Where is Zack? I'll get to Zack Snyder on the phone. We'll make that happen.
You know
for
what? I mean, look, if they gave me the opportunity, I'll even say this, Zack Snyder. Am I on camera?
Yeah, this is
Because
you.
I see your speech that you already read minutes ago. Just give me an audition. A lot of times I think, though, people think, oh, he was the TV person. TV people and movie people, they can't cross over. Really? Is that what happens? Woody Harrelson? He did it.
He did?
He did.
I just give you all the rope you want. You go wherever you want.
Don't do this to me, ever.
Come on. Come on. Back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, baby. Back in the day.
Final tweet comes from Eric Johnson. He says, do you still have the boogie van?
Oh, yeah. That's Eric Johnson from the...
That's the Whitney, who you insulted and said got married too young.
That's not insulting, by the way. He's probably going, he was so right. I mean, he was a genius, or he played a genius, but regardless, I should have, no.
What's the boogie van? Was that
The boogie van, I still have it. Can you believe it?
I don't know what it is.
It's not a boogie van. It's a conversion van. Some would say it's called a rape van. Oh, you got a rape van. No, I do not have a rape van. I got a TV. Rape's not funny. I got a...
That gets a bigger laugh than everything else.
Well, it isn't.
I agree.
Well, the funny part is that I always wanted a van. Here's the reality. My parents at a young age, I was never allowed to have friends spend the night. They never let my friends over, so I was always going to friends' house. And these neighbors, they had vans, and we'd go on road trips, and we'd go to Six Flags, and we'd do all these things in other people's vans. And I said, you know what? I'm going to have a van when I get older.
Yeah.
I'm going to take all my friends, and I'm going to be the opposite of my parents. Can you see some bitter? There's some bitter.
Just a bit.
Right, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to be a kid. And so I got a van 11 years ago, and I remember called my dad up, and I go, hey, Dad, first paycheck, guess what I just bought? He goes, I don't know, what? I go, a conversion van. I swear, he goes, you're an idiot. But anyway, I still have that van 11 years now. We've gone to San Francisco, went to Lucas Ranch, and hung out with George Lucas.
Yeah.
And I signed my Star Wars poster. And that was cool, whatever. And then, we actually used it as a transpo van in Indiana. So I drove when we were shooting the film.
Right.
We didn't have a lot of money, so we used my van as the transpo.
You did everything.
Yeah, oh yeah. That van's been through hell. But I haven't had much love in that van. Everybody's like, how many times have you done it in the back of this van? I'm like, done what?
A D&D campaign?
By myself included? Yeah. No, I never really done anything in the van. I love it too much. I don't want to tarnish it.
Okay. It's special to you. Keep it on the pedestal, the van pedestal.
Yeah, and the color in there, I just don't want to mess up the interior.
All right. Michael, Back in the Day's out right now. Everyone should go download it.
Seriously, why not? I mean, if you liked anything I did, why not? It's $3 or $4, and then you can tweet me, and I'll probably message you back and tell you how much I love you for seeing it.
All right.
It's everywhere. iTunes, Xbox. These guys are doing it. Why can't you?
They all did it right here on their phones, their mobile devices.
They did it right now. They're going to watch it on their iPhones on the way home. I know you will. I trust you. I'd better see your face on Twitter one day from now going, awesome!
You don't tweet by yelling into your phone, by the way. I will explain Twitter to you after this.
Shut up!
Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you to Brian Altano, Michael Rosenbaum, and you, my audience. You over there too now. If you want to be in that audience, go.ign.com/up@noon for details. As always, Brian and I will be responding to comments the first hour this video is live, so come tell us your favorite Rosenbaum moment from Smallville. Mine is when he said, I am the villain of this story. So cool. That was a good moment. We'll be back next Monday at noon with the Indoor Kids and Pete and Pete. But until then, I'm going back to bed. Dave Fenway.